What their name will be, we still don't know. The Giants fans need to put on their big boy pants and grow. And it's been Batman forever since the Cowboys won the big show. You are now watching a Philly Fuego production. Gracias, amigos. Fly, Eagles, fly. Welcome to the nest out west, where Eagles fans are always the best. I will always ride or die for this team, and when I'm gone, please bury me in green. Now I don't want to come off like I'm bragging, but I'ma bring the heat like an effing dragon. You can call me Fuego, aka Phillyzilla, coming to you like the Thriller in Manila. Lots of collabs and live streams galore. You're gonna love what I have in store. Giving you my all, I always will try. And just remember, it's fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah. Hola, mi amigos. Fuego here. The circus continues with our clown of a GM, Howie Horrible. But I'm starting to see his idiotic plan. Trade away all our picks, and then for the next 2 years, he won't be able to miss on one, because we won't have any. What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I'm Philly Foothills, and I am back in the nest out west, where I'm trying to bring you the best when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles football and content on YouTube. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Kudos to all my subscribers and to all the love and support that I've gotten so far on the channel. I really much appreciate it and couldn't do it without you guys. If you are new to my channel, again, this is the Nest Out West. Welcome in. I go by Philly Foothills. Hope you guys enjoyed the quick, intro video from our producer, Philly Fuego. And if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and ding that subscription button. Hit the notification, and whenever you are done watching this video, hopefully it's in a peaceful setting, give me a thumbs up down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. So there's a couple things I want to touch on before I get into the main subject of this video. Again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my content. I really, really appreciate it. And couldn't do it without you guys. My content goes nowhere without you guys, so please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And if you have content that you'd like me to share, please hit me up at Philly Foothills, and I would love to pay it forward. So, because even if it's not Eagles content, hit me up, and I would love to help you and your channel reach the success that it should get. So, like I said, before I get into the main subject of this video, a couple things I wanted to touch on. The Giovanni cyberbullying, first and foremost, is absolutely uncalled for, and there is no place in this fan base at all for, things like that. Bullying in any shape, form, or size is never a good thing, and cannot be tolerated, and whoever is doing that, please leave that kid alone. He has gone through a lot in his young life, and he doesn't need any more stress or heartache just because he decided to put on a Carson Wentz Colts jersey. I mean, give me a freaking break. Some people just are cowardice. That's such a cowardice act, and as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, it makes me very angry to see other fellow fans of the Philadelphia Eagles treating a kid with disabilities that way. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And if any of you cyberbullies are watching this, come see Philly Foothills. Come see Philly Foothills, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know how I feel about all that, because you guys are a bunch of cowards. But anyways, don't want to get too sidetracked on that. I just wanted to touch on that, and because I had heard about that I think a couple days ago and forgot to mention it in the last couple of my videos. So and it looks like one of the top free agent cornerbacks right now, Adoree Jackson, is going to be visiting the Eagles on Tuesday, and that is if only he doesn't sign with the New York Giants on Monday, because he's visiting the New York Giants on Monday. He was first reported they first reported that he was going to be visiting the Giants today, but I think because of conflict interest with his mom's birthday, he had he had to work around the scheduling of that. So it looks like he's going to be visiting the Giants tomorrow, and then hopefully he will not sign a contract with them, because it sounds like there's some players from the Giants that are highly recruiting him to join the team. So I'm definitely on the fence. I'm not on the fence about Adoree Jackson. I'm on the side of the fence of definitely wanting to sign him. I think he would be a great pairing with Darius Slay. And now with the addition of Anthony Harris to the secondary as our safety, if we get another solid corner, we're going to have a pretty decent and solid secondary next year. So keep your ears and eyes open for the Adoree Jackson news that'll be coming out soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. But on to the main subject of the video, our GM, the clown of a GM he is. I don't know. I guess I think he's more like Sideshow Bob at this point, more than Krusty. I mean, this guy is just. It never ceases to amaze me. He really needs to keep his mouth shut. He needs to be like Charlie Chaplin back there, the Eagles fan Charlie Chaplin, and just kind of zip it, because, well, a couple days ago, an article came out, and I know you can't read too much into what believe too much what you read these days, because a lot of it's speculation and rumors and things like that. So, but this scares the hell out of me, because it makes a lot of Howie Roseman sense, and which little sense that makes, but it's still Howie Roseman sense. There is an NFL source familiar with Eagles thinking, and this was reported by Brandon Lee Gowton of the SB Nation just the other day. Like I said, an NFL source familiar with Eagles thinking said Howie will give up everything he has for Watson. And that was quoted. Howie will give up everything he has for Watson, end quote. I know we can believe all the rumors and speculation out there, but like I said, this article scares the crap out of me, because it definitely makes a lot of Howie Roseman sense. And I'm going to go through why I think it makes a lot of Howie Roseman sense, and a lot of the reason why we are so frustrated with Howie Roseman as our GM and want him to get the hell out of Dodge. Because there's another article by Nick Faria of Philly Sports Network. He wrote this at the end of last year, very last day of December 31st, 2020. Again, Nick Faria of Philly Sports Network. Shout out to him. This is a really good article he wrote about Howie Roseman, going through the top 10 reasons why, the top 10 the biggest mistakes that Howie Roseman has made in his tenure as the GM. So, going back to 2010, that's when Howie Roseman started as the GM. We got Michael Vick, and yeah, we did win the NFC East. But, as much as Michael Vick, as much time as he did spend in jail for the things he did, yeah, he did pay it back to the community, and that was great and all, but I never liked the signing. And Howie, the next year, even though Michael Vick had injury concerns and was 31 at that point, going into 2011, we definitely needed, to spend some money on defense, but Howie didn't really care. So he gave Vick a 6-year, $100 million contract, right, in 2011. And the contract only lasted 3 years, and Vick struggled to stay on the field and was gone after 2013. It's just the first example of kind of how he turned in that blind eye, right? I mean, And then he goes on to like he said here, it's definitely not the last one, and it's just the first on his list here. The Jalen Hurts draft pick. That's really fresh in our minds. So even though we had glaring holes on defense, offensive line, and wide receiver, we needed weapons to put around Wentz, right? At that time, he still decided to draft Jalen Hurts. Another huge mistake by Howie Roseman. And pretty much within 6 months of that draft pick of Jalen Hurts, the dumpster fire, began. So that was another one on his list. Next one on his list he had here was the Deshaun Jackson return signing by Howie Roseman. So Howie Roseman has a kind of a track record of this now with Deshaun Jackson, Jason Peters, and maybe Nick Foles now, right? Phil Billies, because there's rumors out there right now, some strong rumors that the Eagles have been in some trade talks with the Chicago Bears about Nick Foles coming back to Philadelphia. And I don't have nothing against Nick Foles. I loved what he did in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs in 2017, getting us finally over that hump, getting us that ring. But, he was great. I don't think Nick Foles has that in him anymore. If he comes back to Philadelphia, I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't think he has it anymore. And I don't think that would be, if we're trying to build around Jalen Hurts, that would not be a good decision on the Eagles' part. But so bring it back to what I was saying. He brought Deshaun Jackson back at the age of 32, and he gave him a 3-year, $28 million deal. And Jackson only played, 8 games, making $10 million a year. He played 8 games in 2 years at $10 million a year. So he was getting paid more than $1 million a game that he actually played. Kind of unreal and outrageous for a 32-year-old aging receiver, be it Deshaun Jackson or not. I understand he was a former Philadelphia Eagle great, but the speed and his durability have decreased. Especially his durability has decreased as he's gotten older, as it usually does. And Howie Roseman just has a tendency to love and try to stick to these older players. Next on his list was the Dream Team in 2011, when he assembled Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie and Nnamdi Asomugha, and it was in free agency, and it was just average to below average after that, because we went 8-8, and then we went 4-12, and that basically he ended Andy Reid's career at that point. With the signing of that disastrous Dream Team, quote unquote, was not a dream team at all, not by far, and just another pothole in the Howie Roseman road. Where it's been a bumpy ass, holy ass road, that's for sure. And the next on his list is Genard Avery, who obviously has struggled at the defensive end position, which they drafted him at, and now they're moving him back to linebacker. But the deal with Genard Avery was definitely bad, because we definitely needed a top receiver at that time, or a corner, and we also needed a linebacker, but we traded for a pass rushing end in exchange for a 4th round pick that hasn't really even played that much because he's been injury prone. So, I'm not a Genard Avery hater. I'm just kind of calling it like it is. And, when you as a content provider, when you notice certain things, you have to speak on it. You have to try to have an honest opinion on things. So I'm just trying to do that and give you guys my honest feedback. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. I would definitely love and appreciate to hear some feedback on you guys about all this. But like I said, and like Fuego said, that the circus continues with Howie Roseman, And it continues on this list with the reminders of, like the next one on here is the Alshon Jeffrey contract. After the first year Jeffrey was in Philadelphia, Roseman signed him to a 4-year, $52 million contract. And according to overthecap.com, it was the worst in the NFL, that deal. So, and the Eagles were trying to get kind of ahead of the curve at that time, but they gave a lot of money to an aging receiver who, also has had some injury problems throughout his career. He has some issues, staying on the field consistently. He does. Next one on this list I'm seeing is Howie Roseman and his disregard for linebackers. We all know we've all lived through this for years now. Howie Roseman does not draft linebackers. He targets older ones in free agency usually, and the best one that we've had in the last 5, 6, probably almost 10 years now is Jordan Hicks, and he's currently on another team because what happened? Howie Roseman let him go. Yeah, it's absolutely atrocious, and the 2019 offseason proved it. Because, like I said, do we remember Jordan Hicks and remember Jeremiah Trotter? We really haven't had a primetime linebacker in a long time. We really haven't. Howie Roseman has definitely valued the defensive line way more than linebacker throughout his tenure with the Philadelphia Eagles, and that can't continue. If that continues, we're going to continue to be in the middle of the pack. I guarantee it. And we've had people we've had average to above average linebackers in recent times, like Nigel Bradham, things like that. But, those are kind of hit and miss. They've been definitely more misses than hits. We all know about Nate Gary. I don't even want to say the name anymore because I'm so glad that he's no longer a Philadelphia Eagle. The guy is terrible. Couldn't cover somebody with a blanket. And just, wow, Nate Gary, man, that guy just takes his play is so bad it takes the word. It makes you speechless in the bad way. It's so bad. And next on this list is Jason Peters, and you have to chalk that up like this guy says in this article. You have to chalk it up to a huge mistake in the last 4 years. Peters has had, be a Hall of Fame left tackle or not, he has had definitely issues with some of these stronger, faster bull rushers in this league the last 3 to 4 years and has not been able to stay healthy, hasn't been able to consistently stay on the field and protect the quarterback's blind side. And even though he was even after the ACL injury that Jason Peters had, after Peters was even worse shape with his injuries after the 2019 season, and we had thought we had seen the last of him, but then Brandon Brooks got hurt, right? So what happens? We brought him back again. Jason Peters brought him back again, but this time he was supposed to replace Brandon Brooks at guard. But we had so much offensive line shuffle last year that he played left tackle too, and they even put him on the field after Jordan Mailata emerged as a pretty consistent left tackle. They even put Jason Peters back on the field and put Mailata on the bench, which I was furious about. Absolutely, that was mind-boggling to me. That totally looked like a Howie Roseman influenced move. It's just been one mistake after the other, and this list is just such a good example, just great examples of the reasons why us as Eagles fans have every right in the world to be frustrated with this guy. He is a joke, and I can't wait till he's out of here. The second one on his list was Howie Roseman coming out and saying, right after they drafted Jalen Hurts, that they're a quarterback factory. That has been the butt of so many jokes now, and it's been just he's made us kind of a laughing stock. I mean, you have a franchise quarterback that you gave a huge contract to, who needs weapons, who needs protection, who needs defensive help as well, and you go and draft a quarterback in the second round, and then you go out and you say that you're a quarterback factory. That's just idiotic, and just another clown, dumbass move by our GM. And I can't wait till we can say that he's no longer our former GM. Can't wait till I can say that. That'll be a great day in Eagles glory, that's for sure. And the first one on this list is just the first round draft picks that Howie Roseman has made over his tenure. So Brandon Graham was in 2010. Yeah, he was a great pick. He's obviously a Super Bowl hero and turned out to be a very consistent player throughout his career and finally made a Pro Bowl, things like that. So, but there's not very many on this list that have stuck. Danny Watkins didn't last. Offensive lineman that we drafted, bust for the most part. Fletcher Cox, he's definitely been a huge contributor and the staunch in the middle for the last several years. But he is now aging and probably should restructure his contract. But the next one on this list in 2013 was Lane Johnson. That was definitely a good pick. But these next one, Marcus Smith. And then in 2016 was Carson Wentz. In 2017, Derek Barnett. Not liking that pick right now. I think Derek Barnett's is being way overpaid at this point, and they should have, if they're planning on keeping him, they should have extended him or traded him. Either way, they shouldn't have gave him the $10 million for this year. I think he's way overpaid. And then in 2019, because 2018 right was Chip Kelly, but so 2019 was Andre Dillard, which we still don't know about, but he's definitely had some struggles so far. And Jalen Reagor, who we still don't know about, and struggled last year, kind of getting his footing in the NFL. So the list of good players, obviously, right? Graham, Cox, Johnson, and Wentz. And the average players is Barnett and Reagor. And the pretty bad is Watkins, Smith, and Dillard. So outside of Carson Wentz, there has been not a single Pro Bowler drafted by Howie Roseman in the last 50 picks. And that is unbelievable. The last 50. He's got one Pro Bowl pick who's not even on the team anymore now because we just shipped him out to Indianapolis. Unbelievable. So yeah, check this article out, guys. Again, it's by his name. It's escaping me. Let me scroll back to the top here. It's put out there by Philly Sports Network, and it's written by Nick Faria on December 31st of 2020. So those are the reasons why Howie Roseman's a terrible GM. And yeah, we've made some couple. We made a good signing just recently with the Anthony Harris, but I think that had way more to do with. Who our new defensive coordinator is now in Jonathan Gannon than Howie Roseman. So I honestly think Anthony Harris probably could have got more money somewhere else, but I think he was strongly influenced, by us having the defensive coordinator that we do have now and the direction of this defense. So thank you guys if you stuck with me this long. I apologize for the long Howie Roseman rant, but I needed to share that with you guys because I can't let news go by like that without, reacting to it, definitely. But I think I'm going to get going. I'm going to let you guys go. Be well, stay safe. And until next time, fly, Eagles, fly. And as always, stay mean, stay green. And thanks for viewing me on your screen. Peace.